The girls under 11 50 meter backstroke. In lane 1 we have Radhini Nulansa, lane 2 Kinara Pereira, lane 3 MAL Vihansa, lane 4 Sandini Nihansa, lane 5 Reheni Kunutilaga, lane 6 Savindhya De Silva, lane 7 Nataya Lianage, and lane 8 Minuti Binaya. And looks like it's going to be lane 4 Sandini Nihansa, my apologies, to take this event. And yes.
And I think lane 5, which is Reheni Gunatilaka, who has taken the second place of this event.
Indeed. Unfortunately, we do not have the clock on, unofficial clock on with us. We can't guarantee a time. But I'm pretty sure Sandhini Nihinsa should be very satisfied with that event she swam.
She was able to extend her lead, as we saw towards the end, and secure the victory for herself there.
Yes, indeed. Now we start the boys under 11 50 meter backstroke. In lane 1, Pavara Fernando. Lane 2, Litesh Sridharan. Lane 3, Nitika Kiriarachi. Lane 4, Shahim Shiraz. Lane 5, Syaz Jayasurya. Lane 6, GVD Nirod. Lane 7, Tanuja Amarasekara. And lane 8, Braden Fernando.
As you can see, the event is underway right now.
And it looks like lane number 5, Sehas Jayasuriya, is in the lead, but he does have a big competition from lane number 4, which is Shahim Shiraz. It's anyone's race at this
Seems
moment,
like Shahim Shiraz is trying to push and cause the issue here, but it's still very close between both of them.
Looks like Shahim Shiraz does have is slightly ahead of Shehan Jayasuriya. Oh, and it is Sehas Jayasuriya, I believe. The time of 40.95 on unofficial clock.
Yes, I think it was just milliseconds between Shahaz Jayasuriya and Shahim Shiraz there.
Yes,
it was a very close race. From the beginning itself, both of them were really challenging each other there.
Yes, indeed. Fast strokes, fast kicks. Absolutely amazing race by the two young lads. Then they both should be very pleased with their performance. Now we move on into the girls under 13 50 meter backstroke. Lane 1, Praneepa De Silva. Lane 2, R. Piris. Lane 3, Nulara Jayasekara. Lane 4, Marian Suryarachi. Lane 5, Kiara Bandara. Lane 6, Ranushi Jayasuriya. Lane 7, Minara Vitanage. And lane 8, Chanumi Aryaratna. And in this, the record time is 35.50 held by Alina Mufa in 2024. And looks like Marian Suryarachi is on par to break that record. Oh, wonderful underwater there by lane number 5, Kiara Bandara.
It's a great start there by Kiara Bandara.
Looks like she does have the lead moving into the first 25 meters, but looks like lane number 4, Marian Suryarachi, is catching on, and she is ahead of the pack.
Marian Suryarachi is pushing and extending her lead right now, as you can see.
Looks like she will take the... Oh, I think it might be a new record, but it does fall as 36.06 on our unofficial clock. But I believe she clocked in a time of 35. Hopefully for her it is a record.
Yeah, looking back, I think it was a great start by Kiara Bandara there, but Marian Suryarachi was really able to push on in the final few meters there.
Oh, indeed, Tisran. Now moving on to the boys under 13 50 meter backstroke. Lane 1, Jehan De Silva. Lane 2, Yasru Jayadeva. Lane 3, Mark Jaden. Lane 4, Dasan Silva. Lane 5, Adil Hussain. Lane 6, Rohil Dasanayaka. Lane 7, ID Veerasinghe. Lane 8, IDD IM Vikramaratna.
These boys on the 13 50 meter backstroke event that you are witnessing right now.
I believe this will be a very close event. We'll have to see. And they're off. Oh, great underwater there by lane number 4 and lane number 5.
Pretty hard to pick what's going on here, because there are about, I think, lane number 3, 4 and 5 are really battling it out there
Yes,
right now.
Indeed, Tisra, we can see lane number 2, 3, 4 and 5, but I feel like lane number 2 and 3 are slightly ahead of the other two. And looks like lane number 2, Yasiru Jayadeva, might win the race. Oh, with a time of 35 and 6-7 micros on our clock.
Absolutely mega swim by Yasiru Jayadeva there. It's a very close race.
Oh, indeed, it was moving into the 25 meter mark. We can see that there were 4 swimmers going neck and neck there, but I feel like Yasiru Jayadeva did pull through the last 10 to 5 meters.
Next up, we have the girls under 15 50-meter backstroke event, and from lane number 1 we have Tinuri Dimel, lane number 2 Mindi Sahansa, lane number 3 Jitya Mettananda, lane number 4 Inuki Muttuhette, lane number 5 Alena Mufa, lane number 6 Setumi Kaluarachi, lane number 7 U Kenuli Liara, and lane number 8 Aheli Gunasekara taking part.
And the one to look out here for is Alina Mufa, as she sets her eyes on breaking the record held by Devindra Jayawardena. Another great underwater there by lane number 5 and lane number 4. Lane number 5 Alina Mufa and lane number 4 Inuki Muttuhette. Looks like lane number 4 is ahead. Tisura,
Yes.
very strong kick and very fast arms. Looks like she might go all the way.
Yes, I think she will just be able to keep her lead there. That's Inuki Muttuhette from lane number 4, who has taken the lead.
Very strong finish there. Lane number 4 and lane number 5 comes in second. Alina Mufa. Unfortunately, once again, we do not have the timings on our clock. We'll have to see if the record is broken from the officials' time. I feel like Inuki did have the race in the bag from the get-go, isn't it, Tisura? Because she did have a very strong underwater.
Yeah, the underwater was very strong, and she was able to build a good lead there, and her strokes were really strong enough for her to maintain that lead throughout the race.
Yes, indeed it was. And now we start the boys under 15 50-meter backstroke. Lane number 1 Chanuga Veeraratna, lane number 2 Jehan Sri Varnasinghe, lane number 3 Carter Joseph, lane number 4 Cardi Rushdi, lane number 5 HK Abhiman Hettiarachi, lane number 6 Harsha Senarath, lane number 7 Minuka Mihindu Kulasurya, lane number 8 VR Abesurya. You've seen some fantastic underwater from in the past few events, Tisura.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of support coming in from the crowd as well for this race, and you can see it's a very, very close race from the lane number 4, 5 and 6, I suppose.
Yes, but I feel like lane number 4 might just pull through. Cardi Rushdi, that is...
Yes, lane number 4 is Cardi Rushdi, just able to extend his lead in that final 25 meters there.
Yes, indeed. He clocked in a time of 30.93 milliseconds. That's just a little over the record time. But nonetheless, I mean, he did perform very well. I think he should be very happy with the race he put out.
Absolutely.
We start the girls under 17 50-meter backstroke. In lane number 1, Safia Abbas Boy. My apologies. Similarly coming in lane number 2. Lane number 3, Heshara De Silva. Lane number 4, Roshela Disanayaka. Lane number 5, KTT Damtrani. Lane number 6, Seneca De Silva. Lane number 7, Dehemi Belpage. Lane number 8, Sanuti Tabru.
The fast start from lane number 4, that is Rushali Disanayaka, who has taken the lead in the first 25 meters of this race, and she seems to be holding on for the time being.
Yes, indeed, she had a very good underwater kick there, and I think that helped her get ahead of the rest. And I think she is going to pull through and win this event with a time of 30:31, if I'm not mistaken. I think from the get-go itself, she did have the upper hand, as she had a very strong underwater. And
Yes.
moving into the first 25 meters, she did have almost half a body length lead, which is like an adequate lead for a 50-meter backstroke event. So I think that helped her a lot.
Absolutely, and it's very. I'm very impressed to see the technique of these young swimmers, especially in that underwater phase, how they have managed to extend their lead using proper technique there.
Oh, indeed. As I said in the morning, you can have all the talent in the world, but without the correct technique, you won't be able to get ahead of everyone else.
Next up, we have boys under 17 50-meter backstroke. From lane number 1, we have Binuga Netsilu. Lane number 2, BK Sunera Rodrigo. Lane number 3, Setum Tennokon. Lane number 4, Suleiman Shihar. Lane number 5, AIM Hatim. Lane number 6, Dulaksha Ganindu. Lane number 7, RA Akalanka Nisal. And lane number 8, RM Netum Satsilu.
Suleiman Shihar coming out as the fastest timing here. He is looking to break the record of Akalanka Pires, which was set a decade ago. It's quite a long time since that record was set.
Absolutely, I think it's high time for one of these young swimmers to really go after that.
Oh, indeed. There's a small hold up here as the marshals are putting on the backstroke foot blocks, if I'm not mistaken. I think that would help them gain a better grip.
I think compared to the first session, the conditions, the weather has completely changed around. It's a little overcast now with a lot of heavy wind.
Yes, I think that will be a bit beneficial for the swimmers, as in the morning it was really hot. I think they were struggling a lot with the heat, as we can see, as we did see a lot of fidgeting by the swimmers because it was so hot out there. But I think this is a better condition for them, and they are off. Wonderful underwater there by Suleiman Shihar. I think he did him, AIM Hatim, and lane number 3, Setum Tennakon are the top 3 contenders, but it looks like Suleiman Shihar might be pulling through.
There's a lot of good competition coming from lane number 4 and lane number 3, but Suleiman Shihar has been able to extend his lead towards this final phase of the race and will be able to cross the finish line in the
with
first
a timing
place.
of 27 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a record. We'll have to see in the final final result sheet.
Absolutely, I think we've mentioned that it's a long time coming, and I believe he might have just been able to get the record to himself there.
Yes, I've been training with Suleiman for a very long time, and he's always wanted to break a record, and I'm pretty sure he should be very glad if he has. But nonetheless, he is a very talented swimmer, so he should be glad with this race. And now moving on into the girls under 20 50-meter backstroke. In lane number 1, we have Andrea Thirukumar. Lane number 2, Kitumini Nanda Soma. Lane number 3, Devanga Hingulwala. Lane number 5, Vandani Fernando. Lane number 4, Vandani Fernando. Lane number 5, Jessie Seneviratnam. Lane number 6, AM Jayasinghe. Lane number 7, Jitma Pereira. Lane number 8, Rashmi Raja Viveka.
The swimmers are underway of this girls under 20 50-meter backstroke event.
Oh, very strong underwater there by all of the. I think in the past, in all these final events, we've seen very strong underwaters by all these swimmers. I think that's a very impressive sight to see.
Absolutely. And lane number 5, Jessie Seneviratna, seems to have kept a really commanding lead here. And I think she'll just be able to get this over the finish line with quite ease.
Indeed. I think she clocked in a time of 32 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But unfortunately, she does fall short of the record held by Kimiko Rahim. Again, also back in 2016. It's quite some time since she's set that record.
Kimiko Rahim, if you are a follower of Sri Lankan sports, that's a very familiar name to everyone.
Indeed.
Next up, we have the boys under 50 meters backstroke. Lane number 1, we have Mevol and Lazarus. Lane number 2, Kavisha Pereira. Lane number 3, Yashit Vijay Sundara. Lane number 4, Dhanush Vijay Sundara. Lane number 5, Niduvara Ekanayaka. Lane number 6, KB Natisha. Lane number 7, AF Hassan. And lane number 8, Mayon Hendricks.
This record was also set by Lanka Pires 9 years ago. I think it's high time this record does get broken by one of these swimmers.
Absolutely. Let's see what these swimmers can offer us today.
Yes, and they're off. Very strong underwaters there by lane number 4, lane number 5. Oh, wow, that's very strong underwaters by lane number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's anybody's game moving into the first 25 meters of the race.
I think lane number 3 is having a little bit of a lead here. That's Yashit Vijay Sundara, who has taken just a lead, and lane number 5.
Like it's going to be lane number 5 who wins it with a timing of 27.99.
Absolutely, Niduvara Ekanayaka, that was really pushing in that final 25 meters and gaining the lead.
Yes, I think he just misses out on the record by a little over a second. But it was a very good and strong race for him. Got up very fast in the last 15 meters.
That was impressive. A very strong competitive race there by these young swimmers.
Yes, and now we're moving on to the women's 20 and over 50 meter backstroke. In lane number 2, we have MMIS Mapa. Lane number 3, DMVR Disanayaka. Lane number 4, Caitlin De Silva. Lane number 5, Nishkanana Akara. Lane number 6, LKS De Silva. Lane number 7, SNS Silva. The record held by Ganga Seneviratna in 2023, a timing of 30.66. And the fastest in this heat is held by Caitlin De Silva with 31.10. I believe Caitlin and Ganga were both teammates training at Kilowell back in the day. And I'm pretty sure Caitlin is very eager to break Ganga's record and set it her own. Slight hold up there because the marshals are just rechecking to see if everyone is in the correct lanes. You can see it is a bit windy right now, isn't it?
Yeah, the wind has really taken on right now from the point we started commentating this second half of events today.
Would we expect another rainy session like yesterday? I hope not.
I really hope not. But can't really say what would happen. The conditions right now are shifting towards that side.
Exactly, it does look like that's going to be the case, but given the weather conditions we've been accustomed to the past few days, I think a little bit of rain wouldn't hurt anybody.
Absolutely, I don't think anyone would complain about that right now.
Yes.
And we are ready now for this women 20 and over 50 meter backstroke event.
And they're off. Great underwater there by Caitlin De Silva. Very strong breakout, and I think she already has set almost a body length lead over there, moving into the 25-meter mark.
Absolutely, that was a mega start there by Caitlin De Silva, and she has only extended her lead from there on, and seems like she's really causing the issue here to all the other swimmers out there.
Oh, indeed, I think she is. Oh, she just misses out on the record held by Ganga Sanevratna. But this is the time we see on our unofficial clock, 31.29 seconds. Hopefully she has broken the record when checking from the timekeepers. But
Absolutely, that was one of the strongest swims we've seen all day today.
Oh yes, for sure. From the get-go, she was she established that she was the strongest swimmer there, and she did stay by it. Now moving on into the men's 20 and over 50-meter backstroke. Lane number 1, Muhammad Adil. Lane number 2, Senita Tenuwara. Lane number 3, Kavisha Tenuwara. Lane number 4, S.R. Hingulwala. Lane number 5, A.R. Faham. Lane number 6, Tenu Ranasinghe. Lane number 7, P.V.P. Ranasinghe. And once again, the record for this is held by Akalanka Pires, held in 2024, a 25.86. And they are off, the men's 20 and over.
So great underwater by lane number 5. That was A.R. Faham.
Lane number 4, Hingulwala is not holding back. Neither is lane number 2 or lane number 3. Looks like it's going to be a fight for the title.
This is a very tight race right now. Lane number 4. I think he's just able to get there. Yes, lane number 4 just gets there. That's S.R. Hingulwala, who is able to secure the victory for himself this race.
Yes, with the time of 27.45 on our official clock. Misses out on the record by a little over 2 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, nonetheless, fantastic swim, very strong kicks as well. He should be very happy with it.
We are at the finals of the breaststroke section. 200 meter breaststroke, and we'll be starting off with the girls under 13 200 meter breaststroke, because in lane number 1 we'll be having Tevinma Pereira, lane 2 Tashmi Sanudia, lane 3 Kenudi Jayasundara, lane 4 S Maheli Navitma, lane 5 Imandi Edrisuriya, lane 6 Shanaya Kodituaku, lane 7 Leonie Karnaratna, and lane 8 Amalmi Lienage. Keep your eyes peeled for lane number 4 is Maheli Navitma, who has by far the best timing in the heats. And it is Maheli Navitma who is in the lead at the moment. If I recall correctly, during her heats, she had a massive gap between herself and the rest of the competition. But this time she's followed very closely behind by lane number 5, Imandi Edirisuriya.
Yes, 3:13 is a seed timing, and the record time for this is 3 minutes and 6 seconds and a couple of micros back in 2018 by Navanjana Sirivardhana. So she'll definitely look to break that record. But now heading into the last 25 meters of the second lap, it's Maheli Navitma who's in the lead at the moment, but closely followed by Imandi Edirisuriya from Gateway College, Colombo. She seems to have done well in playing a bit of catch-up, Bilal.
Definitely, she's following closely behind, and we have a tough tussle between lane numbers 2 and 3 as well. And good underwater there by lane number 5. Great pull-out as well. That's Imandi Edirisuriya, who's attempting to cut that deficit that Maheli has established for herself. And Mahele, look at that glide, going strong, powerful strokes. She's moving forward, graciously gliding through that water.
It'll be interesting to see whether Imandi is conserving her energy a bit more, and in the last 50 meters whether she'll increase her stroke rate and try to catch up with Maheli, but that's a little bit of a tough task as she's about a body length or so away from Maheli. But it is Maheli who starts the last lap first, followed by Imandi.
And it does look like Imandi has increased her stroke rate at the moment. She's stroking fervently in that water. And she is cutting down that deficit inch by inch, Randev. This is going to be quite an interesting final because Maheli in the heats had no competition at all. But this time she has Imandi at her heels. And this is going to be tough. Maheli also now increasing her stroke rate, knowing that it is the last few meters. Here we go. The final few meters, and Randev, Imandi has caught up momentarily, but will that momentum be enough to take her on? They are neck to neck here. It will be quite a close one, and it looks like Maheli gets there inches away. And what a final we've had to start off these girls under 13 200 meter breaststroke. She was in the lead throughout. She was in the lead throughout, and then out of nowhere, Imandi, that final lap, brilliantly done. And if she did have a few more meters run there, I'm quite certain Imandi will definitely have caught on.
You can see in the replay here as well, that was a nail-biting finish, and Maheli just able to reach out and touch the wall first, and that is one way to start a final in the girls under 13 200 meter breaststroke. But my oh my, did have goosebumps up here, and definitely sets the precedent for the finals to come up as well. And we are moving on to the boys under 13 200 meter breaststroke. Lining up lanes 1 through 8, we have Ulfa, Jaden, Mahanama, Sirivardhana, Darish, Hanseka, Ammar and Asmat to line up the 8. And after that final, Bilal, the boys will definitely also have to put on a show. And the record for this back in 2019 is 2 minutes 56 seconds and a couple of micros by Damiru Vikramatunga. And at the moment, it's the midfield that's leading. That's lanes 4 and 5, W. Sirivardhana and Darish Sadis.
Yes, keep an eye out for Sirivardhana there. While the record, like you did mention, Randev, is at 2 minutes 56 seconds and 26 micros. WSC Sirivardhana did complete his heat in 2 minutes and 57 seconds with 16 micros. So will be interesting to see if he can actually come close to breaking a record here. It's a 7-year-old record established in 2019 by Damiru Vikramatunga. And some tough contest here in lane number 4 and 5 with Sirivardhana and Darish Sadis.
Can see Sirivardhana and Sadis gliding and not having that fast stroke rate that we saw earlier on in the girls' heat. But like we did see, that 4th lap is where both these swimmers will pick up the pace. At the moment, they are going neck and neck. Just a little bit of a lead does Sirivardhana have from SNS Swimming Academy. And like you mentioned, Bilal, he'll want to vie for that record as you do come out here to make a name for yourself.
Most definitely. And Darish Sad is also from the Cyclone Swimming Academy from Dubai. So they've come down here, and he will also want to make sure that his trip will be worth it. But right now it's Sirivardhana in the lead. He will be the first one to touch and start off that final 50-meter lap. Sadis close on his heel, and great underwater by Darish Sadis there to cut down that deficit. But Sirivardhana right now, Randev, he's increasing his stroke rate.
Yes, will it be enough? Sadis will have to definitely play catch up like Imandi did previously, but might be a bit difficult as Sirivardhana seems to be conserved his energy quite well, and heading into the last 15 meters now, Sirivardhana seems to be pulling away, and he'll definitely bring this home for him and his team as well.
And Randev, it definitely looks like Sirivardhana will be able to get that record. According to our unofficial clock, he finishes at 250, and the record back in 2019 by Damiru Vikramatunga was 256. So we'll be waiting for confirmation on that.
Yes, just point to our viewers out there, this is the unofficial clock I asked, so the officials will have to confirm, but according to our time it is a record broken, and Sirivardhana has done extremely well. And now we're moving on to the girls under 15 200 meter breaststroke. Lining up lanes 1 through 8, we have Minuthi Disanaki, Suli Viratna, Oshani, Nirapola, Netuli Kodituaku, WS Kodipilli, Miheli Hevawallage, MA Minagi, and Tarushi Hettiarachi to round up the 8 swimmers. And one to watch out is Netuli Kodituaku from Hillwood College Candy in lane number 4. Bilal, 3 minutes and 2 seconds is her timing. And the record is 246 and a couple of micros a decade ago by Ramudi Samarakon. So definitely will be interesting to see whether we'll see back-to-back records broken here at the Sukadasa Swimming Complex.
What an exhilarating final that was, Randev. That was perhaps the first record broken in this final so far. So one down, and we hope that we can see many more to go as well. WSD Sirivardhana, and you have to feel for Darish Sadis also. It did look like he also did finish under that record, but unfortunately for him, Sirivardhana just stormed through, decimating his competition as well. And here's the girls under 15 200 meter breaststroke. And they're underway here. Great underwaters by all of these swimmers. And immediately into the lead is lane number 4. That's Nethuli Kodituaku.
Yes, she's the one to watch out for, like I mentioned. 3 minutes and 2 seconds in her prelim timing. And she'll definitely want to get close to that record and also secure the victory. And she seems to be pulling away in this first lap, heading into the last 10 meters. She seems to have built about a body length of a lead, but the rest of the field seems to be going in a similar fashion. And first to touch the wall will be Nethuli.
And we haven't seen that a lot, Randev, a swimmer taking the lead in the very first lap itself. Always those first laps have been quite neck and neck until that turn where the swimmers have capitalized on. But Nethuli Kodituaku, what a dominant performance from the word go. She's the first to reach the 25 in this second lap, and she's leading by around at least 3 body lengths right now, and that lead is only increasing. What a performance. And Randev, do you think that there might be another record broken?
I hope, Bilal, I do hope another record is broken, because end of the day we do love to see these swimmers succeeding, as they do put on the hard work and come here to perform for themselves and for their teams. But definitely now Nethuli has quite a gap compared to her competitors. But also in lane number 5, that is WS Kodipilli, seems to be tussling out with her counterpart Miheli in lane number 6. So they are vying for that second spot, as this is the finals of the girls under 15 200 meter breaststroke.
Yes, and quite a tough competition for third place as well. If you do take a look at the lanes, you will be seeing lane numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and also 7, all of them almost at equal lengths, nothing much separating the rest. But however, Nethuli Kodituaku, she is just on a league of her own, racing the clock. She's looking, searching, vying for that record, but only time will tell if she'll be able to attain it. Looks like a tall ask as of right now. However, something that she can be really proud of is the dominance that she has shown throughout this entire breaststroke final.
And just past the 25-meter marker, 2:45 on our clock now. And if she can better her prelim timing, that will definitely be something she will want to do. And just a couple of more seconds for that 3:2 timing, and if she does manage to break it, she'll be happy. But just on that 3:2 and a couple of micros, or 3 minutes and 3 seconds, and she'll definitely be happy. She won the finals, Bilal. That's the most important thing. And lane number 6 and 5 finish second and third respectively, Miheli and Kodipili. So great swim by them as well.
Definitely take nothing away from those two also. Miheli and Kodipili had to battle it out. They were neck and neck for most of that race. However, it was Kodituaku who stole the spotlight there with her dominant performance. Look at that gap when she finishes off. And with that, we'll be moving on to the boys under 15 200 meter breaststroke final. And in lane number 1, we'll be having NH De Silva lane 2, Patabandige lane 3, Devsit Mavilmada lane 4, WWD Yashinta lane 5, Punchiheva lane 6, WAS De Silva lane 7, Saven Mudannayaka, and lane 8, Sadev Onara. And off they go. Great underwaters there by all of them. And immediately we see some tough competition between lane numbers 4 and 3.
And Bilal, earlier when I was up in the com box, this age category was one of the closest ones. And you can see in the prelim timing as well, all of them do have close timings, except for maybe Yashinta, who had a 2:52, which is a mighty swim from him. And the record is 2:42. Nevertheless, these timings that you have sub 3 minutes is not the easiest. And these boys will want to put in a shift and make sure that they get the victory. And at the moment, it's lanes 3, 4 and 5 that are neck and neck at the moment. Devsit Yashinta and Sehiru Punchiheva. And pulling away just into the second half of the second lap is Yashinta, and he will be the front runner in this heat final. And it's definitely going to be an exciting one as we're heading in to the final couple of meters in this second lap. 2 more laps to come, Bilal, and we'll have to see whether Yashinta can hold out.
Definitely, and this turn will be important, Randev. Will be a crucial one. And does extremely well, all of them. But look at that underwater by lane number 5 there. That is Sehiru Punchiheva. He was able to overcome that lead a little bit, but once again, those strokes proving to be a little too strong there. Lane number 4, Yashinta, going quite hard, powerful, long strokes, optimizing that glide through the water. And look at that flip of the kick as well. He's definitely motoring forward at a very good pace. He doesn't have the best of turns, Randev. However, he's compensating for that with those powerful strokes. There you see once again. Lane number 5 definitely having the better turn and the better underwater. But then Yashinta, knowing that it's the final lap, will go all out here.
Said it's a bit of a tall order now for Devsit and Sehiru, as Yashinta is pulling away, heading into the last 15 meters now. And he definitely has this final in the bag. 2 minutes and 34 on our clock, and hopefully he'll qualify. Finish under his prelim timing, and he will finish in first place. Not sure of the timing, but definitely he'll better his prelim timing, and a great victory for him. Touching second is lane number 3, that is Devsit, and followed closely by Sehiru in lane number 5 for third place. So once again, an entertaining final, and so far the 4 finals we've had in this 200 meter breaststroke has been amazing. And in the replay here as well, it was Yashinta leading through, but Devsit and Sehiru going neck and neck for that second place. But it was Devsit that managed to come on top to secure that number 2 position.
And what a shift by Devsit as well in those final few meters. him and Punchiheva, they were going neck and neck like you did say, Randev, but Devsit just putting in that extra burst of speed in those final few meters to take it home for himself. He'll win the silver for himself, and Punchiheva will settle for gold, but nevertheless, what an exciting final. And we'll be moving on to the girls under 17 200 meter breaststroke final. In lane 1, we'll be having Harindi Vitana, lane 2, Amara Watson Kittle, lane 3, Naduli Gamage, lane 4, Pavani Galagedara, lane 5, KK Dilushi Dilshara, lane 6, Sayuri Chandraratna, lane 7, AM Nikini Udari, and lane 8, Diana Fernando. And if I'm not mistaken, Randev, Dilushi Dilshara held the record for the girls under 15 200 meter breaststroke. And she is taking part in the girls under 17 200 meter breaststroke this year. That record was held last year. And this record was set back in 2023 by Christina Perumal, who we might also see in action today. And the record is at 2 minutes 55 seconds and 23 micros. So that's something that she might be eyeing as well, because when you get that taste of breaking records, Randev, it's definitely something you'll always have in your mind as you approach the race. And here we go. Swimmers. Great underwaters there, Randev. Longest of them going to lane number 5. That's Dilushi Dilshara. And it is, in these first 25 meters, a very, very tough contest between lane numbers 3, 4, 5 and 6. Apologies, and 5.
So it will be a close tussle between these three, Nadoli, Pavani and Dilushi. And like you mentioned, Dilushi will eye for that record. But Pavani as well, during her prelim heat, was the sole winner. She had quite a gap between the rest of the field. So she'll also be eyeing for the victory. But Nadoli, Pavani and Dilushi, 3 minutes 4 seconds, 3 minutes 1 seconds and 3 minutes 3 seconds in their prelim timing. So definitely contenders for the victory. Heading in to the last 25 meters in the second lap, they still seem to be going neck and neck at the moment. So it's very difficult to say there is a clear leader at the moment. But Pavani will want to make sure that she pulls away heading into the third lap, as you do not want to give Dilushi, the swimmer who Bilal is backing. I'm backing Pavani here up in the com box, and Bilal is backing Dilushi. So let's see which one comes out on top. And first to the wall is Pavani Bilal. So far I'm in the lead.
Definitely, both of them doing extremely well. Long strokes there, making optimum use of that glide in the waters, all three of them. And right now it is Pavani Galagedra. She's the one who has the best heat timing as well. That's at 3 minutes 1 second and 34 micros. And Randev, at the moment it definitely looks like it will be Pavani Galagedra who will take it home. She has proven that she has a very good turn as well, and unless Dilushi Dilshara or Naduli Gamage can drastically increase their pace in these final 50 meters, it does look like Pavani Galagedra will take the gold home. And here we go, the final 50. Galagedra still in the lead. It does look like she has increased her pace, she has increased her stroke rate, and she will be the first one to reach that 25 meter mark. And she's pulling away now, at least 2 body lengths of a distance. Will be interesting to see the timing as well, if she can actually get that record also. But as of right now, Randev, she's just cruising through to that finish.
She definitely built a sizable lead in that third lap, and she touches the wall first for Lyceum International School. Vatala does Pavani, and finishing second will be lane number 3, Naduli Gamage. And following in third place will be Dilushi Dilshara, and she'll be a bit disappointed as she was in second place and also vying for that first place position as well, but ended up in third place. Nevertheless, it's still a mighty swim by the three of them, as right throughout the 200 meters they were fighting and tussling for that first position, and you can see in the highlights here as well, after the last 25 meters, it was Pavani who pulled through and brought the win comfortably home for her and her school as well. So moving on to the boys under 17 200 meter breaststroke final, and lanes 1 through 8 we have Taruka Salgado, Senru Fernando, Vinuka Dias, AI Hatim, VA Vitararchi, Avin Kodikara, Taruka Ashan, Ahmed Ariz from Isipatana College. So Bilal, this will also be quite exciting as this is the under 17 age group. We did see the girls under 17 as well. These are the seniors, and faster swims and how they approach this will be different compared to the young age groups.
Definitely, and if I'm not mistaken, AIM Hatim currently holds the record for the boys under 15 200 meter breaststroke. So this is the under 17 200 meter breaststroke, and that record set back in 2024 by MF Mohammed might be something he's eyeing as well, and that record stands at 2 minutes 29 seconds and 75 micros. Hatim has been able to record a time of 2 minutes 39 seconds, but he is very, very closely followed by Vinuka Dias and Vidana Arachi in lane numbers 3 and 5. But currently in the lead, Randiv, is Hatim in lane number 4 there. He'll be the first to touch the wall.
Yes, Hatim, and if you did see at the start as well, great underwater he had and came up beautifully as well, and that's what helped him get above the rest of the swimmers, and the moment he is definitely having a powerful glide and stroke as well, Bilal. Not the smoothest, but it's definitely working for him, and he's powering his way through. Doesn't seem like a breaststroke for a minute. It seems to be quite an aggressive stroke play from him, but closely followed by lane number 5, that is VA Vitararachi. So both of them will be vying for that first spot, but Hatim at the moment touches the wall first and heads for the third lap now. Once again, that lovely underwater we see by him constantly has been beautiful to watch.
He's definitely keeping some very good consistent pace here, Hatim, and he has left the rest quite behind, establishing a very sizable lead here, AIM Hatim, and it definitely looks like he will be eyeing that record as well. But right now, following him with the rest of the pack is Vinuka Dias in lane number 3 and Vidana Rachi in lane number 5 alongside Avin Kodikara, who has done brilliantly to catch up, and AIM Hatim is on his last lap right now. He will get there comfortably by the looks of it.
Just past the 25 meter mark, it's 2:09 on our clock, so he does have roughly about 10 to 15 seconds to break that record if he wants to get there comfortably, but it will be a tall order as it is difficult to swim those last 25 meters, but even if he does not finish below that record, it's definitely a mighty swim by Hatim, and doing it in the boys under 15 and now in the boys under 17 as well, he's managed to get the victory. Second is in lane number 3, that is Vinuka Dias, and followed by lane number 5, that is Vitara Rachi. So the replay here you can see as well, that's the underwater that I mentioned. He had a lovely underwater coming up to that just before that 15 meter mark, and a statement swim by him, and we'll definitely hear his name for years to come as he is close to breaking multiple records, Bilal.
Most definitely, and he's still in the under 17 category as well, so lots of time to improve. And with that boys under 17, we have already the lineup for the girls under 20 200 meter breaststroke, and in lane number 1 we'll be having Vinara Palhiakara in lane 2, Indumini Pathirana in lane 3, Ruvi Livera in lane 4, Christina Perumal in lane 5, Ohasi Utsara in lane 6, Ayla Watson Kittle in lane 7, Amesha De Silva in lane 8, VPYS Gunawardana. And interestingly, Ramdev, Christina Perumal holds the record in this girls under 2200 meter breaststroke. That was the record that she had last year, so I think it's safe to say that she will be battling herself as well today. 1 year later after establishing the record, and immediately we see once again, not something we always see, Christina Perumal taking the lead within those first 25 meters itself. And in a final like this, Randev, it's quite rare to see something like that.
So it is the 200 meters and in the first 50 meters when you do motorway away like that, you may tend to lose a bit of energy. But Christina Perumal, she is definitely an experienced campaigner, as holding the record last year, so she'll know what she's doing, and she seems to be building quite a lead from her counterparts. But the rest of the field are going in the same line at the moment, so it's definitely interesting to see who comes in that second and third place. But at the moment, heading into the last 25 meters of the second lap, Christina Perumal has built a lead that you would not normally see, like you mentioned, Bilal, in the first and second laps.
Not much separating the rest of the pack, however. Christina Perumal miles ahead and vying for second place there, I think it's safe to say, is lane number 5 and lane number 2 as well. That is Ohasi Utsara in lane number 5 and Indumini Patirana in lane number 2. And before anyone else has touched the wall, Perumal is already just a few meters away from the 25-meter mark, and she's going extremely fast here, Christina Perumal. Motoring through almost a 15-meter lead here, and that's a lead that will just keep increasing here, and I'm honestly baffled to see the type of dominance that she's showcasing here at the girls under 2200 meter breaststroke. What a generational talent.
Yes, and she will be one to watch out for, as she is in the under 20 category, and she'll want to make sure that she makes a name in the national circuit and the international circuit as well. But touching second on the wall will be lane number 5, Ohasi Utsara, and third on the wall will be Ruvi Livera. But it is Christina Perumal, Bilal, last 25 meters. Don't think we need to get too excited about this as well. Clear dominance, and she seems to be bringing this pretty comfortably home. And my oh my, what a statement swim, and she can just sit back and watch till the rest of her competitors come in the last 25 meters.
That's just brilliant, Randev. And yes, in the context of this game, of this race, you know, she has just dominated it, and not a lot of excitement except for the second and third places, but definitely a lot of excitement if you're looking at a national perspective, because having a talent like this can do wonders. And here's lane number 5 getting their second, that is Utsara, and lane number 3, apologies, Ruvi Livera coming in third. And here are the highlights from the race. It was all about that one swimmer, Christina Perumal, and it will be interesting to see if she has broken her own record that she was able to establish last year. Just pure dominance, Randev.
Not something you see every day at the Sugadadasa Swimming Complex. But now we're moving on to the boys under 2200 meter breaststroke, and lining up lanes 1 through 8 we have PG Palawata, S Tuakish, Kaid Farouk, Asif Imran, Senita Denal, Anaka Atyagala, TT Gunadila, and Ransen Palihavadana to round up the 8. And Kaid Farouk and Asif Imran and also Senita Dinal will be the 3 swimmers to look out for, as they've clocked in 2:43 and 2:39 in the prelims, which are the best times we've seen so far today in this boys under 2200 meter breaststroke.
So we haven't really seen any upsets so far, have we, Randev, in these finals? It has been those swimmers in the golden lanes who have been dominating most of these races, and I feel like it would be interesting to see one of those outside lanes coming in with an upset. But nevertheless, interesting to see that lane number 8 is empty. Hopefully nothing too major that is keeping that player away. But anyways, at the first 25, it's lane number 3 who is in the lead. That's Kaid Farouk. And of course, the record was set last year by Asif Imran in this boys under 2200 meter breaststroke. and that stands at 2 minutes 28 seconds and 9 micros. And we have Asif Imran swimming once again, and he will be looking to break his own record as well, just like Christina Perumal. However, his heat timings, Randev, is a little higher than that. That's 2 minutes 39 seconds, but will be interesting to see if he'll unleash it all here in the finals.
This finals is much closer than what we saw in the previous event. And lanes 3, 4 and 5, Qaid, Asif and Senita going at neck and neck at the moment, but it is Asif that touches the wall first, but better underwater by Qaid has pipped him on equal terms here, and it will definitely be interesting to see as these two are strong swimmers, and you can clearly see going roughly at the same stroke rate as well.
Yes, definitely. It looks like Asif Imran and Qaid Farooq has been able to pull themselves away from the rest of the competition as they reach the wall for the final lap. Both of them going neck to neck here. Will be interesting to see who does the turn better. Great underwaters once again, Qaid Farooq and Asif Imran. And still neck to neck, Randev. This is going to prove to be one amazing finish. Both of them alternating their strokes here. Both of them, they will almost reach the 25-meter mark at an identical time. You can hear the cheers ringing throughout the stadium, and it looks like at the moment it will be Qaid Farooq who is just a few inches away, pulling forward. Will it be Qaid Farooq? And it does look like it will be Qaid Farooq who gets their first. What a finish we've had in this boys under 2200 meter breaststroke. Asif Imran has not been able to best his record. He will come in second, and that's just a brilliant finish, Randev. A finish worthy of a final.
And the timing did read Bilal 2:30 as well, so almost close to that record time as well on our unofficial clock. So both of them pushing each other and almost breaking the record as well. But Qaid Farooq, what a swim, challenging the record holder the previous year and managing to win this final here at the Sugadasa Swimming Complex, and he'll be very satisfied with how he managed to get the better of Asif Imran. And the winner of the boys under 2200 meter breaststroke is Qaid Farooq, and he'll definitely bring glory for St. Peter's College as well. And now we'll move on to the next event. We just might have a bit of a hold up. And it is the women 20 and over 200 meter breaststroke, and we do have only one swimmer, that is NHA De Silva from Sri Lanka Army, and it is the final, if I'm not mistaken. She looking to better her time. I think that's the goal here, Bilal. She has clocked in a seat time of 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and we do have the next event starting simultaneous when that is the men's 20 and over 200 meter breaststroke, and it is TM Jayasinghe and Gavin Karananayaka and SN Ranavira. Gavin, our very own commentator for the Papare as well, and he'll definitely be looking for some sort of glory here today.
Definitely, we have all of these in all of these finals. We have the forces taking part. NHA De Silva representing Sri Lanka Army, and Jayasinghe and Karunanayaka also representing Sri Lanka Army, whereas Ranavira will be representing Sri Lanka Navy. And as of right now, it's Ranavira who's in the lead, and NHA De Silva will also be looking perhaps to break that record set in 2023 by Ramudi Samarakon, which is at 2 minutes 41 seconds and 66 micros.
Compared to her seat timing, that will be quite difficult, but she looked to better her seat timing at least, and every time that you go out there, you look for that record. But on the other side, SN Ranavira seems to have built a couple of body lengths of a lead from Gavin and Jai Singh, and he'll definitely look to bring the victory home in the men 20 and over 200 meter breaststroke. And this is the second time today, Bilal, that we saw a combination of events. Earlier on there were 3 events that went simultaneously, and now we do have 2 events going on at the same time as well.
And approaching this third lap, we can see that Gavin Kannanayaka has just been able to snatch the lead away from Jai Singh, his own counterpart. But as of right now, SN Ranavira is a bit too far ahead to catch up. He's gliding at a very consistent rate, and he'll take that turn as well. And you can also see NHA De Silva making some great time also. She'll get there and start her final lap as well. Here we go. Ranavira will be increasing his pace, his stroke rate, multiplying at the moment, and he'll be followed by Kannanayaka and Jai Singh. Looks like Kannanayaka will be looking for that silver medal here. He has increased his stroke rate, but that lead by Ranavira just a little too much to catch up on this final leg. I see Kannanayaka just eyeing his competitor, and he'll be going forward. NHA De Silva also parallelly will fall a bit short, but it will be Gavin Kannanayaka who will be finishing second here. A momentous shift put in by him to get that silver, and it will be his counterpart from the army, Jai Singh, who will finish third, laying claim to that bronze medal.
That highlights here as well. It was SN Ranavira through and through in the men's 20 and over 200 meter breaststroke. But Kannanayaka in the final 2 laps did manage to gradually catch up and go over Jai Singh.
Now as we start the girls under 1100 meter freestyle, we have in lane number 1 Santini Hinsa, lane number 2 SAP Dasanya, lane number 3 Nataya Lienage, lane number 4 my apologies, lane number 3 Nataya Gamage, lane number 4 Nataya Lienage, lane number 5 Yashaswi Ekanayaga, lane number 6 NHN S De Silva, lane number 7 Tevanmi Disanayaga, lane number 8 W Resandi Vidunija. And the record for this is held by Sittuki Yonara back in 2018, a timing of 1:15 and 31 micros.
We had some scintillating 200 meter backstroke races, which we brought to you a few minutes ago.
Yes, indeed, especially the under 20 200 meter breaststroke. Fantastic race between Kite Farouk and Asif Imran. Kudos to Kite Farouk for coming out on top, but wonderful race by the both of them.
Right now we are getting ready for the girls under 1100 meters freestyle event. Freestyle is always an event, one of those events where everyone is very interested and keeping a close look at.
Yes, indeed, because the freestyle event is always the first. The freestyle is actually the first stroke a lot of swimmers actually start off with, and I think the 100 meter freestyle is one event these youngsters are looking forward to taking part in. And it's actually it's like I said in the morning, it's nice to see that these young swimmers are taking part in the 100 meter freestyle, because they would want to get used to swimming this, because they would want to swim this event when they get old and moving on to the old age groups. So I think starting off at a very early age is going to help them a lot. So I think in another 5 years time we will see these youngsters performing at, I think, under 17, under 20 age groups. I think giving a good fight. Hopefully, if that's the case, I'll be here to experience that.
Absolutely, that's what we all want to see as people who love sports and people who want to see sports in Sri Lanka succeed.
Yes, indeed, and I think right now we can see swimming getting a little more recognition than it did back in the day. So that's also, I think, one thing that a lot of people are happy to see, especially uh, HNB coming into sponsor this event is a big thing. So it's great to see that Sri Lankan swimming is getting the recognition it needs.
Absolutely, and this is a great place for these young talents to show what they are capable of, and also this competition level is what is necessary for them to go that extra mile and find what they can do extra to sort of improve themselves and get themselves to that international level.
Of course, and this event and this meet is a great place to improve their Sri Lankan rankings and also improve their timings in order to get selected for international meets. So I think all the swimmers would be hoping to give a good fight, so it would be beneficial for them. And we just started the under 11 girls 100 meter freestyle, and looks like lane number 4 so far has the upper hand, but it's hard to say.
Lane number 3, lane number 5, and lane number 6 also closely contesting. And as you said, lane number 4, that's Natanya Lienege, who is in the lead so far, heading to the second 25 meters of this race.
Looks like lane number 3, lane number 2, lane number 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming in together to finish the first 50 meters. Lane number 4 looks like Natanya Lienege does take the charge in it.
Yes, so far Natalia Lienege has taken this lead in this race, and we are heading towards the final 25 meters of this race. Natalia Lienege is in the lead in lane number 4, closely followed by Yashasvi Ekanayaka in lane number 5 and Nitaya Gamage from lane number 3.
We can see Lienege's legs slowly reducing. The kicking is slowly reducing. I think she is getting tired. We can see the shoulders must be hurting. The shoulders, the stroke rate is getting slower. But we can see lane number 3 is coming in for a fight, but I don't think it'll be enough. Looks like Lienege will.
And I think we have a surprise from lane number 1, who actually did a really great final 25 meters right at the end, which I just saw from the corner of my eye there.
Oh, unfortunately for us, it's quite difficult to see because there's a 10 covering lane number 1. But we'll have to see in the final result sheet who the winner is. I think in my eyes it is lane number 4, but I think lane number 1 must have pulled through.
How to say from the replay, but I think lane number 2 might have got into those middle places. I beg your pardon, lane number 1 might have gotten into those middle places there.
Yes, indeed. Now moving on to boys under 1100 meter freestyle. Lane number 1, Mokita Pereira. Lane number 2, Senula Netvinu Tennal. Lane number 3, Tanuja Amurasekara. Lane number 4, Sehas Jayasuriya. Lane number 5, Tatsilu Veeravansa. Lane number 6, GVD Nirod. Lane number 7, Omit Patirana. And lane number 8, WATK Vitana. And looks like it is Sehas Jayasuriya taking charge, but not far behind is lane number 1, Mokita Pereira.
Early lead for Sehas Jayasuriya from lane number 4, and there's a good competition coming from lane number 7, that is Omit Patirana as well from the far end.
Yes, indeed, but in the morning Sehas Jayasuriya did pull off a very good heat. He's hoping to take that motivation and win this final event as well.
I think it was Omit Patirana who was first to turn there, and I think these are very interesting final 50 meters we are going to witness here.
Yes, indeed, we can see Sehas Jayasuriya and Patirana fighting it off, but not far behind is the rest of the pack. This is a very touch and go game, but looks like the two leaders are ahead of everybody else, as we can see as they close on to the final 25 meters.
These are great swim by Sehas Jayasuriya. This final 25 meters, you can really see he is really pushing it and really giving the fight to taking the fight towards Omit Patirana.
Yeah.
And Sehas Jayasuriya has taken the lead here and will finish his race in first place, closely followed by Omit Patirana from lane number 7.
Yes, indeed, and he clocked in a time of 1:13.53 on our unofficial clock. That is very impressive. I think that's just missed the record time of 1:13.23 held by Setum Rajapaksha. But it will all depend on when the final result sheets comes out. Hopefully it is a record, Tisura.
Absolutely, we hope so. We hope that was a record, but that was really great work by Sehas Jayasuriya, especially that final 25 meters there.
Yes, indeed, that is a very impressive swim. I think he should be happy and proud of his performance nonetheless.
Next up, we have the girls under 1300 meters freestyle event. From lane number 1, Nisandi Satinsa. Lane number 2, Osandi Ranavira. Lane number 3, Sanumi Sehansa. Lane number 4, Visakya Diaz. Lane number 5, Juliana Pereira. Lane number 6, Pudasmi Tilakaratna. Lane number 7, Inuki Shanaya. And lane number 8, Liseni Korala.
Yes, and Misake Dias pulled off a brilliant heat, breaking the record of 1:8 held by Disali Lokuatta, which was established last year. She hopes to, I think Misake Dias hopes to break the record she established at the heats in the finals as well, and she is off like a bullet in the first 25 meters.
Absolutely, she has taken a very good lead, and she seems to be really increasing that lead as we are heading to the final, the first 50 meters of this race.
Yes, indeed, we can see she has a very strong kick and a very fast stroke rate, and and she does not breathe as much. I think that's something a lot of coaches, something her coaches must be very happy with, because in a 100-meter freestyle, when you turn to breathe, you do lose out on kicking, right? So that will slow you down, and I think she's reducing her breathing patterns would help. As you can see, she is charging ahead of everyone else.
Absolutely, she has kept a body length lead right now, and she seems to be just increasing that lead and keeping a good lead. Who is second to Juliana Pereira from lane number 5.
That is another record, I believe. She held a 1:6, if I'm not mistaken, which came on our unofficial clock. If I'm not mistaken, it was a 1:6.
I think that was pure dominance from the first whistle, from the first underwater section. She was really able to keep that lead, and from there onwards, it was just an increase in her lead from the beginning itself. And you can see how much of a rhythm she carried in her stroke play there.
Absolutely, Tisura. I think a new talent is born from this 100-meter freestyle. Now we move on to the boys under 1300-meter freestyle. In lane number 1, we have DDIM Vikramaratna. Lane number 2, Lasas Attanayaka. Lane number 3, Dilusha Perumatantri. Lane number 4, Senut Sanuja. Lane number 5, WM Yatum Sandilu. Lane number 6, Senura Temika. Lane number 7, Yenu Rajapaksha. Lane number 8, Sayon Rajapaksha.
So very, very tight start here as we are heading towards the first 25 meters of this race. Really hard to say who's in the lead right now. I believe lane number 1 and lane number 5 and lane number 3 maybe who are really tussling.
I think it's a battle between 1, 2, 3 and 5, Tisura.
But I think lane number 5 has really started to pull away from the pack there as we are heading towards the first interchange.
Yes, indeed. A very fast turn by Yatum Sandilu. Brilliant underwater kicks. Wonderful breakout. He looks like he is going to be ahead when we go to the 25-meter mark. But as we see it in the past few races, the last 25 meters is where everything changes, Tisura. So he would want to he would really want to power through this last 25 meters because his competition is not far behind.
Absolutely, there is a great fight coming in from lane number 3 and lane number 4, and this is going to be a little closer than we expected for Yatum Sandilu. But I think he just gets there. He just was able to get there, passing Senut Sanuja.
Yes, with a time of 1:08. Brilliant swim by Yatum Sandilu. But very, very closely fought by lane number 4 and lane number 3, which is Dilusha Perumatantri from lane number 3 and Senut Sanuja from lane number 4. Like I said, last 25 meters is where you can see the difference between the fittest and the strongest swimmers, Tisura.
Absolutely, there was a really, really close last 25 meters there, just as you said, Rahul.
And now to start the under 15 girls 100-meter freestyle. In lane number 1, Inuki Abevikrama. Lane number 2, TR Aberatna. Lane number 3, R Lokuvitana. Lane number 4, Alena Mofa. Lane number 5, Mindi Piasena. Lane number 6, Avya Manasingha. Lane number 7, Oshiri Karunaratna. Lane number 8, Kiara Ranepura.
Right now, as you can see, lane number 3 and lane number 4 are the ones who are in front. That's Disali Lokuitan and Alena Mofa. I think Alena Mofa will be the first to the first 50 meters.
Yes, indeed. And Lokuvitana, a former record holder in the under 13 girls 100 meter freestyle.
I think this is going to be a really, really close race. It's between Disali Lokovitana and Alena Mofer. There's a lot of support coming in from the crowd as well.
But it
I think
looks like Lokuvitana might have a slight lead over Alena Mofer, but the last 25 meters we can see the both are powering through. But Lokuvitana is widening her gap between her and Mofer, and looks like she will go and clock in a time of 1:05. Unfortunately, does not come close to the record held by Julia Hope. But once again, fantastic swim by Lokuvitana and Mofer.
absolutely that last 50 meters. I think from that changeover towards the last 50 meters, I think that was where Disali Lokovitana really started pushing, and you could see as we were heading towards the last 25 meters, Disali was really pushing her lead there.
Yes, indeed. Fantastic swim, and congratulations to both of them. Now we move on to the boys under 15 100 meter freestyle. In lane number 1, we have Risindu Fonseca. Lane number 2, BVS Nimtaga. Lane number 3, Cardi Rushdi. Lane number 4, AS Pigera. Lane number 5, SC Gunatilaga. Lane number 6, Chanaga Veeraratna. Lane number 7, PADVO Vijayaratna. Lane number 8, MLS Aditya Patirana. The record for this is held by Kyle Abesinger, a time of 55.25 seconds back in 2014, Tisura. A very, very long time ago.
Absolutely, very long time ago, and let's see whether at least one of these swimmers out there can challenge that record today.
Yes, indeed, there are a few swimmers to look out for, especially AS Pigera from St. Joseph's College, as well as SC Gunatilaka from Trinity College Kandy. But at this point, it's anyone's race.
Strong start from lane number 7, far out wide, but lane number 4 and lane number 5 are also catching up there.
Looks like lane number 2, 3, 4 are the leaders for now, but lane number 5 is catching on.
Yes, this is a close race between Pigera and Gunatilaga right now. I think Pigera will be the first to reach the first 50 meters. Very, very close between both of them.
Yes, indeed, but we can't count out the rest as well. Nimtaru lane number 2, Cardi Rushdi in lane number 3, and Pigera lane number 4, and Gunatilaga in lane number 5.
As we are heading to the final 25 meters, it's Pigera who is in the lead from lane number 4, closely followed by Gunatilaga in lane number 5. But Pigera seems to be pulling away from Gunatilaga right now as we speak, and I think he will just be able to cross the finish line here.
Yes, indeed, and looks like it's a fight for third place between Nimtaka and Rushdi. I feel like Rushdi might have just gone ahead of Nimtaka. Nonetheless, fantastic fight by all these swimmers. Congratulations to Pigera.
Absolutely, that was a very, very close finish for the third position between Nimtaka and Rushdi. I think, as you said, Rushdi might have just gotten there before Nimtaka.
As you can see in the replay here, Pigera did widen his gap between him and Gunatilaga from the last 25 meters. That's where we've seen the most amount of change in the 100 meter freestyle, Tisura.
Absolutely, and now we are heading to the next race. That's girls under 1700 meters freestyle event. From lane number 1, we have Harin Divitana, lane number 2, Dehemi Belpage, lane number 3, Onara De Silva, lane number 4, Unaya Pereira, lane number 5, Heshara De Silva, lane number 6, Netuli Fonseca, lane number 7, Hiteli Jayasinghe, and lane number 8, Safia Abbas Boy.
It looks like it's going to be lane number 4 to take the first 25 meters, which is Unaya Pereira. Looks like Pereira is holding a body length lead between her and the rest.
It's great race by Unaya Pereira so far in this first 50 meters. Let's see, it's all to fight for in this final 50 meters.
You can see she has a very strong kick and she's moving. She's widening the gap between her and the rest. I think right now the fight for is second place, Tisura.
Yes, I think Unaya Pereira has kept a good lead, and lane number 5 and 6, that's Heshara and Netuli who's fighting for the second place, but Heshara seems to be kept a little gap for that second place.
And Unaya Pereira takes this with a comfortable win over the rest. the time of 1:02 and 9.97. Missing out on the record by just a little over a second there, Tisura.
And a good race for this second and third person, where Heshara De Silva was just able to secure the second place, closely followed by Netuli Fonseca, who finishes third.
Yes, we can see from the replay it was Unaya Pereira's race from the get-go. Tisura, from the start itself to the first 50 and to the end, it was Unaya Pereira who dominated this race. Comfortable win over the rest.
Absolutely, that was pure dominance by Unaya Pereira, exerting her power over her fellow athletes.
Yes, and now we move on to the boys under 1700 meter freestyle. In lane number 1, WNA Pires. Lane number 2, Hirun Disanayaga. Lane number 3, DY Malavarachi. Lane number 4, Hesindu Kodagoda. Lane number 5, Dulaksh Ganindu. Lane number 6, KVT Elisha. Lane number 7, Setun Tendako. Lane number 8, Bhagya Vikramasinghe. And these guys are off like a bullet. You can see in lane number 4, Hesindu Kodagoda of Nalanda College is in front.
Very hard to say who's really taking control of this race, because everyone is really fighting out there. And I think, as you said, lane number 4, Hesandu Kodagoda is the one who is in the lead so far. But there is a close competition coming from lane number 6 and lane number 5 as well, as you can see.
As we move on to the last 25 meters, this is anyone's race. We can't pinpoint the winner of this. Looks like it's going to be lane number 6, but we don't really know. Lane number 4 is also giving a very good fight.
Elisha seems to be in the lead so far, but it's really, really close. So right now, with Hesandu Kodagoda as well. And I think it's lane number 6, KVT Elisha, who was just able to cross the finish line there.
A brilliant swim there by KVT Elisha. Timing of 56.04, and I believe that's a PB for him, a personal best of over a second. I think fantastic swim by all these, but not just him, by all these swimmers. Fantastic swim. They gave a wonderful fight towards the end. But KVT Elisha kept calm, kept composed, and last 25 meters he just hammered on. Brilliant swimming.
Another scintillating race that we were able to witness as we move on to the next race. That's girls under 20, 100 meters freestyle. Lane number 1, we have MK Isindi Vitulya. Lane number 2, we have Sachini Gamage. Lane number 3, Nitali Austrun. Lane number 4, Jessie Saniviratna. Lane number 5, Pamdu Jayaratna. Lane number 6, Martha Fernando. Lane number 7, Sanesha Adams. And lane number 8, Andrea Tirukuma.
And it looks like it's going to be lane number 4 again. Ahead, Jessie Saniviratna.
Jessie Saniviratna seems to have established a good lead as we are coming to the first 50 meters of this race.
Yes, indeed, and think she will take the first 50. Wonderful underwater there, good breakout. Lane number 5 and lane number 3 are also in the fight. They have a lot of catching up to do.
As we are heading to the final 25 meters, this is Jessie Saniviratna from lane number 4, who has kept a commanding lead. But there's a good competition coming in from Pamudi Jayaratna from lane number 5. But I think Jessie Saniviratna will be able to just do enough for to win this race, right? As you can see.
Oh, indeed, Jessie Saniviratna dominating from the start. Fantastic race by here. Wonderful underwaters. After the turn, she clocks in a time of 1:01.56 micros on our unofficial clock.
Which would be a personal best as well for Jessie Saniviratna.
Yes, as we can see from the replay here, her underwaters is what helped her get in front from the rest, from the start as well as from the turn as well. Wonderful swimming by her. And now we move on to the most anticipated event, boys under 20, 100 meter freestyle with in lane number 1, SI Nawaz. Lane number 2, Yaish Arfat. Lane number 3, Shakib Riyaj. Lane number 4, Kita Gunasekara. Lane number 5, MF Muhammad. Lane number 6, Litum De Silva. Lane number 7, Sasmita Vataranten. Lane number 8, ANN Dabare. And these guys are hammering away in the first 50, Tisura.
Absolutely, it's very hard to pick who will be the one who will take advantage, but I think it's the lane number 5 who is just getting there at the first 50 mark.
Yes, indeed, and wonderful underwater by all 8 of these swimmers, but looks like lane number 5 is ahead of everyone else, and lane number 5, that is MF Muhammad, a well-known name across the swimming circuit in Sri Lanka. Looks like he definitely has widened his gap from the rest.
And I
in
think
the last
lane
25
number
meters.
3 is really pushing to get that second position, but there's a really good competition. Really hard to pick who's going to finish second in this race. There were 4 swimmers, lane number 3, 4, 6 and 7, who were really fighting for that second and third positions.
Yes, indeed, but it looks like it was Muhammad's race from the start. Tisura, from the second 50 onwards, we could see his pure strength and stamina moving on to the last 25 meters.
Absolutely, that was really good dominance shown by MF Muhammad in this race. From that second 25 meters onwards, you could see he was really taking control of the race there.
Yes, indeed, and now we move on to the final few events, the women's 20 and over 100 meter freestyle. Lane number 1, we have SNS Silva. Lane number 2, Galina Basnayaka. Lane number 3, Dinali Karunadasa. Lane number 4, Hiruki De Silva. Lane number 5, Caitlin De Silva. Lane number 6, Nishkana Anayakara. Lane number 7, AMPP Shanti. And lane number 8, CA Kumaranayaka. Out of these swimmers, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 or 6 of them are from Kilawale Aquatics.
Absolutely, and some of the some very widely known names as well. Some very anticipated swimmers out here, and right now, as you can see from the beginning itself.
Yes, indeed, and I think in lane 2, as we can see, Galina Basnayaka is a Paralympic swimmer, giving everything she's got in the 100 meter final. Also, a very well-known swimmer across the swimming circuit.
Right now, the competition for this race is between Hiruki De Silva and Caitlin De Silva from lane number 4 and 5 respectively.
Yes, indeed. I feel like Hiruki De Silva might have the upper edge here. We can see that she is creating a small gap between her and Caitlin.
Absolutely, as we are heading towards this final 25 meters, Hiruki De Silva seems to be really going strong and heading towards that finish mark. And yes, as we can see, Hiruki De Silva will finish the race in the first position, closely followed by Caitlin De Silva. In the third place will be lane number 3, Dinali Karunadasa.
Yes, and Galina Basnayaka will finish in 5th place in lane number 2.
Absolutely wonderful effort from Galina Basnayaka as well. We should really appreciate that effort there.
Yes, indeed. She showed real heart in this event. And I think big kudos goes out to her to finish 5th place. Now to the final event of day 2, the men's 20 and over 100 meter freestyle. In lane number 1, we have SHPKK De Silva. Lane number 2, Malik Tambidore. Lane number 3, AR Faham. Lane number 4, Disanduni Riella. Lane number 5, Kavisha Tenwara. Lane number 6, Dinal Veerasinghe. Lane number 7, Malisha Fonseca. And lane number 8, LP Madanayaka.
Wow, we have seen some breathtaking races in this 100 meters freestyle event today, haven't we, Rahul?
Yes, indeed. The 100 meter freestyle is always one of the most anticipated events in any swimming meet. So it's definitely a sight to watch, Tisura.
Absolutely. I remember while watching Olympic swimming events, the 100 meters freestyle is one of those events where you can't take your eyes off the TV.
Oh, yes, indeed. I think a few names, as we all know, Caleb Dressel, Nathan Adrian, Kyle Chalmers. I think all these swimmers over here must have idolized them and watched them and saw and got inspiration from those swimmers to take part in this event. And I feel like if they were here, they would be proud to know that they what inspired these boys to swim this event.
Absolutely, and as you can see, we are coming to the first 50 meters, and right now Kavisha Tenwara seems to be in the lead from lane number 5, closely followed by Disandu Nirialla in lane number 4.
Very quick turn by Niriella, good underwater there, but is it enough to catch up to Kavisha Tenwara? Kavisha Tenwara known for his quick sprinting in the 150 meter freestyle. Looks like he is holding on a very good gap between him and Niriella, but Niriella is coming on strong in the last 25 meters. Look at the kick. This is a very strong kick. It is anyone's race.
Absolutely, this is really close between Kavisha and Disandu, but I think Kavisha is just doing enough.
Yes, indeed, he clocks in a time of 53.85. Fantastic race by Tenwara to win that men's 20 and over 100 meter freestyle.
What a race between Kavisha Tenwara and Disandu Nirialla there.
And
Absolutely, going really hammering with their kicks.
Yes, as we can see in the replay, the last 25 meters is where Disindu caught up, but unfortunately it was not enough as Thenwara did hold on and win the race. And with that, we are done. We have concluded the session for day 2. What a wonderful day we had over here today, Tisra. It did not rain, but I think everyone would be glad to know that the day 2 did finish quite early. The swimmers must be very proud of their performances, and hopefully tomorrow on day 3 we would see even more exciting races yet to come.
Absolutely, we've seen some records break. We've seen some real heartwarming performances from these swimmers out here in the day 2 today, and really look forward for tomorrow's looking at tomorrow's event card as well.
Yes, indeed, and you can catch tomorrow's events on the Papare Dialogue Play app, the Papare.com, and Dialogue TV channel number 20. And watch it live on that. I mean, it's really very privileged for these swimmers to know that Papare is broadcasting them live, isn't it, Tisura?
Absolutely, they're getting that publicity or the coverage that they really deserve as swimmers who are really trying to take their efforts to the next level.
Yes, indeed. And with that, we will conclude today's proceedings, and we will see you all on day 3. And good. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.